All right, Mets fans, we've all seen the news by now. Edwin Diaz is going to be likely out for the entirety of the 2023 Mets season after suffering a completely torn PCL. I mean, to say this is gut-wrenching, heartbreaking news is an understatement. We had the idea, we expected the worst after what transpired last night, him collapsing in his celebration for WBC. So I really didn't have, unfortunately, a lot of high hopes heading into today after he had his imaging, and now we find out the result that he's having surgery today, and it's going to take at minimum 8 months to recover and heal up. So Edwin Diaz, again, the likelihood of him even pitching for the Mets this year is pretty much slim to none unless a miracle finds itself coming the Mets' way. So we'll talk more about this in future shows, a lot of breakdowns. As you can see, I'm driving right now, but I want to give my raw reaction here because this, again, changes everything for the Mets. It's so hard to stomach. It really is. You lose your all-star closer that you just signed to a $100 million record-breaking deal entering this season, and just like that, he's gone now. And thankfully, the Mets do have the David Robertsons, the Adam Ottavinos of the world, where they can handle those closer spots at times. But to suggest that the Mets are going to probably go all out and, say, land an all-star closer or something is likely not going to happen to start the year, maybe sometime at the trade deadline, but certainly not now. They have no leverage when it comes to trades at the moment. Teams know that they're desperate. I could see them picking up a Zach Britton, for example, to help bolster things with the lefty depth, along with Raley, who isn't fully healthy. But Mets fans, don't be shocked if the Mets don't do anything crazy heading into the year. This will probably be a likely situation where they see how the bullpen works for the first half, then they hopefully address things properly if need be by the trade deadline. It might not be what Mets fans want to hear, but I'm just putting it out there because no one should be shocked if that is in fact the case. Think about Jacob deGrom a little bit after losing him last year. People thought, oh, the Mets are certainly going to trade for a starter. They ended up not doing that, and some guys stepped up for sure in those spots and times. Now the Mets just need to hope for that same type of magic here in the bullpen. They have plenty of arm options. No one's Edwin Diaz. No one is the best reliever in baseball the way he is. I'm truly gut-wrenched to be talking about this right now, but the reality is that this changes the course of the Mets bullpen and potentially their season if this isn't addressed properly. When you go from having a shutdown number one closer in the game who you know is an easy lock to help win you said ball game coming in the 8th and or 9th inning to now having, that as a toss-up, this changes the direction quite a bit. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Mets do here, how they properly dress this, if it's strictly internally, externally, what exactly they would do. But Mets fans, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below by this. Absolutely heartbreaking news, and we are certainly going to be talking about it more at full length, I'm sure, over the next couple of days throughout this spring training. But again, appreciate everyone watching. Again, Edwin Diaz, brutal news, is out for the season, and now we'll see what is next in store for the team in Queens.